आशिका तूने क्या दिल दिया एक गाना दुनिया बदल सकता है
म्यूजिक इस दुनिया का एक आखिरी बचा हुआ जादू है.
I'm here with two eminent personalities. Welcome to the Quint. Collaborating with Mr. Rahman and 99 songs, how did it happen and how was it like?
I mean, for Dolby, we are very passionate, and it starts for us with content. So, from a content creator, from an artist, I mean, we could have asked for a bigger and a better, association than what we got with Mr. Rahman on 99 songs. So, we're very excited.
So, strangely, I think, the music industry has gone through a change. So, there are a lot of remixes and rap songs and all this stuff. So, when something's successful, they overdo it and kill it, right? So, now people have felt like, where are the original songs? Why are there not songs like before? Where's another rock star? Where's the Tal? And so, I think 99 songs comes at the point where people are craving for original songs and to receive them. And so, I thought, why don't we join and make this an even more better experience? We get Dolby Atmos encoded, and there'll be a first for Indian people.
So we get to hear better music now, even in theatres, right?
The music will sound better.
Yes.
Better music, I don't know.
Like you were talking about remixes, so I wanted to ask you, there are remixes all over the place. Every other song is a remix. What do you think about remixes?
I think it is not compensated with the other things. So it was not a bad idea, but then it gets too repetitive and a million people do that, then it becomes like, overdone, and it becomes a cliche and it becomes annoying. Another thing is, I heard from a lot of composers, there is original composition and people have worked hard on it. The director has given an idea, and the composer has done, the lyric writer has done, the actors have acted. So it's holy for people. You can't take that, push all the names and put a remixer's name on it. And they don't even credit the original composer. So that was an annoying thing. That's what I've heard. Like a couple of songs have been like, they don't even credit and they put something, just add 2 more lines to it and it becomes theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
So in a way, this generation will think, oh, that's a cool song by this remix. So that's not a good thing. So credits have to be given and permission has to be taken. Like for instance, one of my songs, Ishwar Allah, is one of my favorite songs. And Javed Akhtar Sahab wrote. They took that song and they really killed it.
Did you do anything about it?
I didn't do anything about it because I was like, what's going on? But they just really killed it because what was added to that may be beautiful, but not with this, because it's memories, it's respect, it's something which happened at that time. It's destiny. You can't change that and I would hate to use the word bastardize it. Yeah.
So you didn't talk to them or tried, did they give you credits?
Well, let's not go there. Let's talk about good things in life.
How did you become a producer? And you also, I will call it secretly, taking classes of script writing.
Yeah.
What is this happening, Mr. Rahman?
What happened was, I'll tell you what happened. Slumdog Millionaire happened, Oscar happened, Grammy happened, all the stuff. And then I was in LA and then I just relived my life. My life was always in a studio, playing things and composing. So there I had a car, I was driving, I was meeting co-academy members, I was going for all these big luncheons and with Spielberg and, J.J. Abrams.
Wow.
The works.
He is dropping names.
Exactly. That's, unfortunately I had to because that's the truth. So everything felt so easy. I'm having access to Hollywood, I'm having access to all the studios, all the knowledge and nobody's going to judge me. So then I took this thing, I said, okay, let me learn this stuff. I met a friend, so he said, yeah, my friend teaches at UCLA, he's going to come to you. And then, so I took classes on that. And then all this idea of developing stories which are musical oriented. Like music, ideation usually for me comes from, the director who gives this a scene is, and then the lyric writer, and then we jam and so far for 25 years it's been happening like that. And then suddenly now if I conceive a scene, actually the coin drop happened when Andrew Lloyd Webber in 2001 asked me, "Hey, do you have any story?" I said, "Why is he asking me a story? I'm just a composer." And then I discovered that he wrote stories and he did musicals and he was successful. And I said, then that took a while. 10 years later, I started thinking of stories and of course this is the first one. After this, there are probably 22 other stories. They're all waiting to see what the result is.
Because you're producing and you have, it's your story, didn't you think about, let me also direct it? Can you imagine how it would have been if you would have directed it?
Yeah, so direction is something which requires multiple antennas in your head. It requires so much of energy. You'll be exhausting. You have to be in the public. You have to lose your inhibitions. All that has to happen. And I was thinking, I love music and I love composing and producing, doing the stuff. So if I take that job, that means I'll be limiting probably, if I do 20 movies, then I'll be probably doing 2 movies, music and directing this movie. So then I found the right target. So I got Vishwesh, like, let him do all the hard work. And let me just design the movie and give it to him. And then we were just constantly in touch and seeing what we were doing.
This film is a journey of an artist. When you look back at your journey, what do you see?
I've been so lucky. And that's why I always thank God. I always say, Allah Pugar, which means all praises to God, because all the trouble my father had. My father did all the suffering, and I'm actually enjoying all the goodies which maybe he was blessed with.
Nepotism.
Well, I'll come to that. So, okay, it's very easy to call nepotism. But then on the pretext, are you, like, if you take about Gandhi, there's a book called Gandhi, My Father. There's a book about Gandhi's son reporting about Gandhi not being a father. So you learn from our forefathers. You learn from them and say that if I'm good to everyone else and I'm not good to my own family, I'm a good father. And that is the basic need for a family. Then don't become a father. Don't become a parent when you can't treat your kid properly, when you can't nurture them well. Don't humiliate them. Just don't put them there. And it is important to nurture them. It is important to guide them, because then they have nobody else. You can put them in Harvard, you can put in Yale, but what comes from the parent is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Is there anything that you are looking at directing or producing next?
I have something, but okay, I'm directing not a 2D movie. It's an experience, it's a sensory experience, and an installation called Le Masque.
Okay.
And it's not in Hindi or Tamil, it's in English.
Okay.
And so we did a mini screening of a 6-minuter in Cannes XR last year. And the whole experience is around 60 minutes. And that's the kind of thing I want to do, because it's a fresh path. And it's got, again, sound, 3D visuals, 360, smell, haptics, and motion. So all this combined. So the experience is going to be so real that if you experience this, you feel like 5 days you don't forget the experience. So that's what people have told me. And it's taking time because you're stitching on the cameras. In that, the next one is something which I'm very, very interested in doing, but then I want to test grounds. I want to see how 99 is doing, and then.
Okay, great. Also about your lead actor, why did you think of choosing a person who has no knowledge of music as an artist in the film? You could have chosen someone who can sing, who knows music.
I wanted to find the next superstar.
Oh.
I wanted to find the people who could even surpass and go to Hollywood and become a Batman. So when I looked at Ihan, I was like, I forgot about his acting skills or musical skills that, everybody can learn. I looked at him and said, this guy looks like the next Batman or Superman, look, from India. So he was so charming, and and when we talked to him, he had a sense of poetic, humble nature in him, yet he looked rugged. And so we were proud that we are giving something to the industry. We are giving something to Indian cinema or world cinema. And so it was worth a while. It was worth nurturing him. And so we are proud of that part, definitely.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.